This is the Saucony Ride 10 GTX, and this week I just hit 270 miles in it. So this is the shoe that I picked to get me through the second half of this winter. I run year round, even in cold weather. I run with this in rain, snow, sleet, mud, temperatures as low as -2 or -3 air temp Fahrenheit. So I've really put this shoe through its paces, and I just wanted to give you an update on how it's holding up. So after 270 miles, the tread is starting to wear down a little bit over here, but this thing started out with such huge grooves that there's still plenty of tread left on it, so I'm very happy with the way this thing has worn. As usual, for the way that I run, usually like in the heel and then from the midfoot down, it's pretty pristine. Not a lot of wear going on here, except for a little bit of wear down here. I suspect that this is happening because of when I walk in these. But other than that, up here where my foot strikes, doing really well. Plenty of tread left in this shoe. The upper holds up fine. I never really have problems with uppers in shoes, so nothing really crazy happening here. But I am starting to feel like the shoe is getting a little bit old, and so normally when I need to replace a shoe, I start to feel a little bit of a pain, almost like a little mini stress fracture that might be kind of happening in the back of my right heel. That maybe 235 to 245 is when I started feeling like maybe it was time to get a new shoe. It doesn't look like I need a new shoe, either from the tread or from the way that the rest of the shoe is kind of holding up over time. It still looks great. It still pretty much looks like like the day I got it. So amazing how this is holding up. Very happy with that. And I never had Saucony before, and I'm very pleased with this, and I'll probably buy more Sauconys in the future. I'll probably buy this shoe again in the future, the Ride 11, whenever that comes out, assuming they don't make too many crazy changes. So over the winter, I was able to put in about 40 miles a week still. This shoe is a little bit heavier. It's a little bit more comfortable in terms of plush and cushioning, but it doesn't mean it's a slow shoe. I was able to hit a half marathon PR back at the end of January. I mean, I crushed my PR by like 10 minutes. So definitely not a slouch in terms of speed. You can definitely go fast in these. I just recently did some track work, which is a rare thing for me, for those of you who have been following. And I was able to hit all the splits that I wanted to hit, so no problem there for running 6x800s. I wanted to do this wrap up because this week it has been extremely warm, unseasonably warm here in Chicago, and so it's kind of a fitting way to do the wrap up for this winter shoe now that the temperature was like 60 degrees today. Although I think it's going to get back to normal, like mid to low 40s by the end of the week. But yeah, the shoe has treated me really good. Highly recommend it. I'm a big fan of the Saucony Ride 10 GTX. The shoes kept me warm, they kept me dry, well, as dry as some of the conditions I was running in would permit. Yeah, and they kept me feeling good. They let me get the miles in without any injury, so very happy with this shoe, holding up really well. In terms of what's gonna happen to these shoes next, usually when I finish with a shoe in terms of running life, I usually wear it like casually. I probably won't wear these around casually. These are a great shoe. I just don't like the way, I'm not a huge fan of how the way they look. They have this huge like ankle collar, which screams to me like old guy shoe. Maybe that's where I'm at, but I just don't want to feel like that's where I'm at in terms of if I'm going to wear the shoe around casually. Actually, this whole winter, when I haven't been wearing snow boots, I've been wearing the Nike Zoom Pegasus 33 Shields casually, because I think that's probably the best looking Pegasus that's ever come out so far. But yeah, I will be getting another shoe coming up. It's a surprise. It's not a Nike Zoom Pegasus. So for the next shoe, you'll have to hit the subscribe button to see what that is. I'm going on a work trip though. It's going to arrive while I'm gone, so you probably won't see that, unfortunately, for a couple of weeks. It's an interesting shoe. I think that it's going to be one that you guys will be pretty interested to see, so stay tuned for that. That's coming up. And if you have any questions about this shoe versus the Nike Zoom Pegasus, leave them in the comments, and I'd love to talk to you guys down there.
Yo, what's going on?